use of waterways, but it was a combination of waterways and land, which was done for the first time, and all these heavy turbines were transported from India through Bangladesh to Tripura, and in fact the Honorable President inaugurated this power plant just a few months ago in Palatana in Tripura. This project would never have happened unless this heavy equipment could have gone through Bangladesh. And there is also already agreement that India will be allowed to use Chittagong and Mongla ports for transit to the northeast. This has not actually been rolled out as yet. There is some discussion going on, but these are commitments that have been made, and the modalities are being worked out.
So overall, I think there is very substantial achievement on both sides.
Absolutely.
This is a record of give and take, which is unparalleled in this region in recent times. Raj, if I can come back to you, you were trying to enumerate the defense cooperation, because this is a very substantial chunk following from the liberation war. Now, in this defense cooperation agreement, it is not so heavy in terms of defense cooperation as we understand it, as it ought to have been. So what are the what is it that is keeping this defense cooperation from flowering to its full capacity?
To me, it seems that the defense cooperation would have been much more soon after the liberation, but that has not happened. What is existing today is only exchange of students for the National Defense College, the visiting of two delegations from Bangladesh to India and Vijay Divas and vice versa. But when it comes to equipment, arms, etc., Bangladesh is still buying all the defense needs from some different countries. If I'm not wrong, they bought about 2 billion worth of armament and equipment recently from Western countries. Chinese also have been very strong in Bangladesh defense. Now, what is happening is that there's some sort of mental blockade in Bangladesh. There seems to be a lack of efforts from our side to work in this direction, which has not happened. This is one area which has not really taken off.
So there is a very interesting arrangement which I discovered when I visited Bangladesh and most recently last month, is that they have an armed forces division which almost replicates the Ministry of Defense, and the Prime Minister has an office in the Armed Forces Division as the de facto defense minister. So what is it in your experience that is holding back this defense cooperation from really taking off?
Well, I think in the for many years within Bangladesh, there was military governments who were not particularly keen on enhancing military cooperation, but this has changed under the Awami League government. There have been a lot of confidence building measures, not just training, but also joint mountaineering expeditions, joint river rafting expeditions. These are all
actually a number of small item cooperation has been going on. Exchange of bands, they have relations between the Army, the Air Force and the Navy. Staff talks are now taking place between Army to Army. In fact, when I was in Dhaka last month, these staff talks were going on. Special forces exercises are being held, as Ambassador you would know. So a fair amount is happening, but not to the extent that the potential would require and demand, and I'm sure in the near future we'll see a lot more develop. Staying with you, Ambassador Mehta, now on this election, what is the current, your estimate on how this election may play out, given the fact that these elections, some local elections have been held in urban areas, and the results are a complete washout for the Awami League?
Well, the Awami League won a huge majority in the last election, but there is also this sort of tradition of anti-incumbency being a major factor in Bangladesh politics, because no government has been re-elected for consecutive terms. The recent municipal elections, 5 big cities which went to opposition-backed candidates, is also a pointer. But I don't think one should read too much into this, because The Awami League's strength is really in the rural areas, and there are many other issues. I think the war crimes trials are generally a very popular move, because I think the people of Bangladesh wanted to have this issue dealt with, which has been pending for the last
So you are
40
saying
years.
that this might convert into electoral votes?
And also the economy has been doing reasonably well. Bangladesh has enjoyed 6% plus over the last several years. Given the international economic environment, this is a very creditable achievement. And today Bangladesh is rated as one of the next batch of emerging
in
economies.
short, if the elections were to be held in the next month, how would you rate the chances?
It will be probably not such a big majority for either, I mean for the Awami League like last time, but I think they still have a good chance of coming back.
You're not sticking your neck out, Rajmohan?
Well, I still feel in the elections the liberation sentiment is going to play a big part even now after 40 years. These sentiments have been regenerated by these recent trials, the tribunal against the the collaborators with Pakistan Army. So this is going to play a part which will be helpful to Awami League.
So you're saying that if the elections were to be held now, the Awami League has an edge?
Yeah.
Anand Kumar?
I will say that actually it's equally poised at the moment, because I will not, I would not like to overplay this, war crime trial and liberation sentiment, because it has worked both ways. It has worked in favor of Awami League, but this has also polarized society, like the opposition BNP and Jamaat. They have been able to use these issues to polarize society and divide society. It can actually, to some extent it can backfire also.
Yeah, but just staying with you, one of the bad news for Bangladesh, and the Independent of 27th August, the Independent of Dhaka, on the front page, the headline says, Talibans are here, says Law Minister Barrister Shafiq. And on the same page, you have this news about Ansarullah Bangla team. This is Al-Qaeda affiliated terrorist group, and in Bogra on the same day they discovered some material referring to BEM, again a mysterious terrorist outfit. So what does that mean for Bangladesh?
See, Sheikh Hasina government has been going out against these terror groups, and she has been quite successful in stemming the rot and busting several modules of not only Jaise Muhammad or Laskar-e-Toiba. They have also busted modules of JMB, that is it's a indigenous Bangladeshi group, and Huji has also been
no, but what does this new group, that's
group,
very ominous.
Yeah, this is ominous. Actually, this kind of splinter groups have been coming up in Bangladesh, like when one group is checked. So often splinters come out in different forms, and Ansarullah and Hizbut Tahrir also one can mention, because this is one group which has increased its presence among the security forces.
So the government in Bangladesh, whichever government comes to power in the future, and the government today has to take full note of the resurgence of terrorism as current indications, if that is any indication of what might be in store. So thank you for your inputs. Given the troubled neighborhood India lives in, it is in India's interest to repair relations with all its neighbors, especially Bangladesh, which was once, after all, East Pakistan. Surmounting narrow political provincial interests is vital for the country's national interests. That's all for now. Thanks for Defense watching. Till next time, same time, goodbye and namaskar.